I'm a competitive swimmer, so that played a big part in my decision. And then it became a matter of balancing maybe my academic program of choosing and an athletic program where I could keep excelling in. And I narrowed it down to UBC and Calgary at the time. And Calgary had a big push for their neuroscience program. It was only in its second year, and they did a great job of advertising it, and that was really a big part of my decision. I love racing. I'm very competitive, so I love just, you know, being beside someone and trying to race them. The feel of the water, it's something that we as swimmers refer to as feel for the water, but it's something that I can't really describe. It's just the feel of doing something as unnatural as swimming is to humans, and doing it well that really attracts me. The one thing I would love to check off is getting the Olympic rings tattooed on. So 2016 Rio Olympics are a realistic shot, by no means an easy shot, but realistic, and I really do want that. I'm thirsty for that.
He never says quit. Like in a race, if there's two guys in a race, you want Bogdan in the back end of that relay. You want him because he will fight to the end. He'll wear the other person down in many ways, and he's pretty strong. Like, he trains hard, comes from a really strong background, and I'm not in the classroom with him. I have no idea what he does, but I'm sure he treats his classwork pretty much the same. Diligent, finishes it off, never leaves any stone unturned.
I found out recently that I was awarded one of the 11 Rhodes Scholarships for Canada for 2015. So that was an overwhelming, it still is an overwhelming piece of news to receive, and took me by surprise. So I've received that news last week, and I'm thrilled to be going to Oxford starting in September. Applying was a difficult decision because it meant potentially having to stop swimming if I was to get the Rhodes, and that was really the only way I saw myself not swimming until 2016. So I was prepared to do that, and to my great delight, I actually found out that there was a great coach at Oxford that had come in the last few years who specialized in the events that I swim, coincidentally. So I reached out to her and told her that it was an option, and she said she would for sure work with me around my schedule to accommodate everything as best as she could, and that's where it is now. So 2016 is still in the ballpark for sure.
It's like a wide open wallet right now for the next 2 years to explore whatever area he wants to go into. Academically, he's got some goals set on the Olympics next year. He's going to have a change in coaches, a change in scenery, a change in weather, a change in academics. So how he manages all that is going to be up to him, and I'm sure he'll manage it as though it doesn't seem like very much to manage.
You can't really force yourself to do anything that you're not 100% committed to and that you actually enjoy. So that's, I think, the most important thing. Not being afraid to fail is also very important. Putting yourself out there, taking risks, not being afraid to put yourself behind the goals you set out and to let people know what those goals are, and to know how to pick yourself back up and learn from your mistakes. And then just allowing yourself to kind of fluctuate, I guess, in your priorities. So there are times when I do have to sacrifice a bit of my school for swimming in peak meets, and there are times when I have to sacrifice a bit of my swimming for school, and that's fine. And finding ways to make the most of every situation and to involve as many people as you can. It's really, for me, it's been about my team, and not just my teammates, but my coaching staff and the Dinos athletics community, my professors as well, who've all stood behind me in my decisions. So involving as many people around you as possible and chasing what you really desire and dream about.